Alright, so in 2005, I graduated high school. You know, basic plan. I didn't achieve nothing in high school. I don't think nobody tries. At least I didn't. I was in the lower half of the graduation class on my GPA. So growing up, my dad wanted me to help him, repair the family van, which was a Ford Aerostar. I remember fixing that thing quite often. That led the way of me understanding basic principles on how to be a mechanic, on how to repair stuff, and the principles of taking care and making sure you do stuff the correct way. So without my dad, I probably wouldn't have been a mechanic. I would have ended up doing something else, who knows what. But I'm thankful that he pushed me to be a mechanic and showing me the correct way on how to do stuff. So after high school, I knew a little bit about mechanicking. I said, let me just pursue it and see what I can end up with and do whatever. I was trying to be a body mechanic at the first, being a paint guy, repair accident claim adjuster, repair the accident vehicles, but more body work and whatever. But I ended up not going that route just because I didn't want to go to college that's like 2 hours away from my house, because I wasn't ready to leave the home yet. I had it easy. I had too much family. Drinking some water. Like I said, I wasn't ready to leave the house yet, or leave the town I grew up in. So there was a closer college that was for diesel, a heavy diesel duty application setting. That's what the degree is called. So I did that in 2 years, minimum, 2-year degree, whatever. It was okay, but that school was more paperwork experience, showing, this sensor is supposed to do this, and that sensor does this, and this computer talks to this before that can activate, and here's the correct troubleshooting methods. It was more paperwork than hands-on, showing how to adjust valves, change hydraulic pressures, all that good fun stuff. College is okay, but it was just paper. It wasn't, hands-on experience, like I said. It's always better to get hands-on, being either apprentice for a mechanic, a bunch of birds, got a dead body or something, armadillo. Anyway, it's better to be apprentice, for a lover, apprentice for a mechanic, rather than going to college. College is okay, but like I said, it's more paperwork. Anyways, rambling on. After college, I went to work for BAE Systems. They were making military vehicles. They were making the SMTVs, which was like, long bed trucks, short bed, E-vans, which is like a mobile office. The HIMARS, they were mobile rocket launchers. But over there, they just built the frames and the cab. They didn't give them the weapon system. That was outsourced again to another one. But that job was okay. I didn't, like I said, I was fresh. I had no work experience, so they didn't put me as a mechanic to troubleshoot. They had me as an assembly line mechanic to build the vehicles. It was pretty okay. It was alright. Did that for a while. Then they lost the contract to Oshkosh. Oshkosh won the contract to make the new armored Humvees. So before BAE hurried up and laid off people and fired them, and just watched people to fire them, I hurried and left, did my own thing for a little bit. After doing my own thing for a little bit, it wasn't that profitable. So then I hurried up and went to Waste Connections. At Waste Connections, they hired me on as loop tech because I did not have that much prior work experience. Oil changes on the backhoes, D5s and D6, the bulldozers, And then, you know, the 930 dump trucks, the big ones that flex in the middle, those are fun to drive. Feels like you're off-roading. The suspension is bad in those machines, but they're fun to drive, I say. That job sucked because every time, you know, you had to do an oil change, you had to drop the belly pan to get to the bolt for the drain plug, and all the trash and water and mud and grime built up in the belly pans. So you had to sit there and scrape all the trash out for a good hour and a half every time they came in for service, because we had bad operators who don't know how to correctly maneuver the machines. Someone's in a hurry. I can't go too fast because I'm GPS monitored, so I gotta drive the speed limit. It's okay sometimes, it's bad sometimes, it just depends. Like on long drives like this, it's okay, I don't mind, because, you know, look at the view, it's a good view. More water. So, you know, waste connections, I was more of a loop tech. I do light repairs, changing hydraulic hoses, whatever. I just remember one job that they had a backhoe that got stuck on top of the trash pile because it busted one of the main hoses to the steer motor on the pad side. So I had to lay in the trash for about an hour and a half to replace the hose. Got covered in hydraulic oil and trash and gunk. I did not make enough money for that job, so I started looking around after, you know, staying there for a while to get the experience I needed. When I started that job, about 330 pounds. For that line of job, you had to be kind of skinny and nimble, so I hurried up and lost weight. I went from 330 to 290. You know, I wasn't trying as bad as I could have. So I lost about 30 pounds in the year. I stayed there for a while. I started looking for a new job. You know, at that time they had Afghanistan jobs, so I said, why not let me try to apply for some of these. I had enough experience to go with Mantech to go to Afghanistan overseas to make that good money. I made about $3,200 every 2 weeks from the hazard pay and all the, you know, comp pay, whatever you call it. So in Afghanistan, I was stationed in Kandahar. And Kandahar, they had the suspension upgrade system. So they stuck me over there with a team of about 8 other people. You know, redoing the suspension system from being solid axle to fully independent axle. Fell over again. Hang on. Dirty window. Anyways, so like I said, standard axle to fully independent suspension. That took about 8 hours of vehicle to fully do it. It was kind of fun. After doing all the trucks that they had lined up, they closed that program down at that base. Then they moved all of us to be mechanics. The hardest part of that job was maybe some engine changes, you know, blown engines. You had to change out engine swaps. Not bad. The only bad part, you had to drop all the armor, which weighs about 150 pounds per plate, and there's about 10 plates. So I got a good workout even before starting working. That job was cool. I liked it a whole lot. Met a bunch of nice people. Got a bunch of experience. Great experience from that job. They carried on, you know, through to today. They had the end of war. Obama did the end of war, Afghanistan. So, you know, I was one of the first ones in there, so I was the first one to leave. So after being laid off, I just stayed around the house for about 2 weeks, you know, slacking off for a while after 8 months of being in Afghanistan. After that 8 months, you know, coming home, being a bum for a little bit, I found the job I currently have, being a road tech. But before they made me a road tech, I was in the shop, you know, doing oil changes, same thing I'm doing right now, except for I was stuck in the shop every day doing the same thing. Kind of boring. But right now I'm a road tech. As you can see, I'm driving to a customer's location, which is kind of fun. There's always something different with this job every day. It's usually never the same. Yesterday I was looking at a forklift with the steering issue. They have a steer cylinder that's leaking, so I think it's just bypassing the oil. The customer said that when they back up with the load, they go straight back. They can't turn left or right. But I think the fluid is just bypassing the cylinder. Then today I'm going to a pallet jack right now. The pallet jack has some kind of steer issue that is jumpy and jerky. And that could be numerous things. You know, it could be a bad motor, bearings, wheels, casters, losing power mid-operation. Just a lot of bad stuff could be going on, but we're going to take a look and see if we can fix it today. Being a road tech, you got to carry, you know, stuff with you that you think that might help with the job. But right now, they told me just go inspect it, see what I can find out, and order some parts, because we usually don't carry parts for pallet jacks. I'm almost there, so, you know, that's good. After this job, I gotta go drive another 40 minutes to another site to look at a Heister forklift that won't start. They said that it has a lot of codes, but it won't start, so I gotta go look and see what could be going on. They could be having a neutral lockout, or, you know, a seat sensor occupant lockout. With the Heister, there's many different things that could go wrong that won't make it won't start. It could just be a bad starter, not enough power or whatever. So that's my work experience. Like I said, this job is the first job I had to actually invest in hand tools. At college, I just bought the, you know, the ghetto Craftsman Northern combination, just enough to get me in college and through it. This is the first job I said that I have to actually have my own hand tools. So I'm slowly replacing everything I have with good quality Snap-on. And I'm going to make a video of Snap-on on why I picked them and why I love Snap-on versus competitors. But that's another video. This was just about my work experience. You know, nothing too in-depth, just a quick overview. Today is Friday, so I'll probably upload it tonight. I gotta edit it. You know, my ghetto edit skills. Like I said, I work in plants, and they don't like you to show, you know, any kind of structure or piping they have, because it's protected. They don't want no one else to copy their layouts and whatever. And it could mess up with the production line. I'll wait for traffic right here for a minute. Like I said, I work in plants. Can't video as much as I would like to. I just video off my iPhone because it's easy and compact. I could have gone. I should have gone. Anyways, easy, compact. I could edit my right now I'm just using a program. Y'all fell, hang on. A program, I think it's called ShotIt. I just have to buy, I used to use the Sony Vegas back in the day, so I'll probably get that again. I like Sony Vegas. Easy program to use. Dang, I keep falling. Stay up there. I lost track of me. So I really can't, like I said, I really can't show too much of what I do every day because I'm in plants for the most part. So I try to, you know, record here and there. That's why it's kind of choppy. It's not a full showing you how to repair video because I can't do that. At least not in the plants. I could probably do it at some customers' locations. So as far as YouTube goes,